guys, what's up? GreenMachineSam back with another video, and today we have Season 2 of the New Orleans Saints rebuild. After Season 1 of a very good season being led by Jake Fromm, we're bringing in some reinforcements to help us win this next season. Now, we're doing 5 years no matter what. That's just going to be one of my rules from here on out, is no matter what, we're going to do 5 years. After those 5 years, we can end, or we can say, hey, we can do one more if we're really close to Super Bowl. But I think that won't be a problem for us after last season. So we're going to check out the team, and then we're going to head to the midseason mark. Okay, going into the second season, our team looks absolutely amazing. Dwayne Brown has progressed more than I could even hope. Leatherwood has come together, as well as Ruiz and McCoy. McCoy's finally getting to that power stage, so he's finally a scheme fit, so he will start upgrading a little bit faster after this year. Trotman's looking good. Jawan Johnson and Taysom Hill all coming back. I do have another tight end, but I decided to start Taysom Hill there. Mays will get the most out of his money. We also have Michael Thomas at number 2 this year. A random rookie, Traquan Smith, Marcus Sullivan, and Brian Edwards. At running back, we have Kamara, Williams, Moss, and Michael Carter. Michael Carter we signed out of free agency. Zach Moss we traded for, and Jamal Williams we actually got in the re-sign period. This guy was also in free agency as an undrafted rookie. So if anything, if he's good and if he can re-sign for cheap, I might take him and then trade off Leatherwood. I'm being honest. The biggest question heading into this season was, do we let Jake Fromm just continue to go at it, you know? He's a 69 with star. He's 25 years old. If I remember correctly, we have him for 7 years because I signed him in the offseason, right? Yeah. So that's the biggest question. He went from a 61 to a 69, or do we just go with Tom Brady and say fuck it because, you know, we could win a Super Bowl with this team? I think easily. The defense is looking really good after trading for Jordan Brooks and Adrian Amos and signing Adrian Amos in the offseason. We have Nate Hobbs at 4 now. Paul Adebayo at 3. Davenport got re-signed. He's looking good. Quinnen Williams we traded for as well. Derek Stump and Julius Fick we both drafted. And then Rousseau, Turner, Preston, and Carlos Basham are all our backup edge rushers. Hightower's still here. He'll come off contract after this year. I'm just going to keep him on the team because why not? And then Evan McPherson and Mitch Wisnowski are our kicker and punter. The team looks very good. At the midseason mark, we're performing under expectations. We are 3-3. I think we were 3-3 at this point last year as well, so it's not completely out of the ordinary. The biggest problem is we did bring in a lot of talent, so I'm kind of confused on why we haven't progressed all that well. With only $52 million to re-sign players and plenty of players to re-sign, it's going to get difficult and it's going to get tight this year again. Cam Jordan, Jordan Brooks, Cesar Ruiz, Brian Edwards, Trotman, all guys that I want to bring back, as well as Mathis McCray. Everybody else can walk. They're just filler pieces at this point. I don't know what I'll do at middle linebacker going into next year. If we can maybe get Demario Davis in the free agency period, I will, but he might retire as well. I'm going to be giving Jordan Brooks a 7-year deal worth $112 million. The reason why I don't enjoy this is because the money that's being taken into account for Jordan Brooks overall and what he wants to re-sign for is taking into account edge rushers, so guys like Khalil Mack, Von Miller, TJ Watt. It's not taking into account just stand-up outside backers. It's taking into account edge rushers because of Madden's positional, shit. So that sucks, but we are going to have to pay him. He's good. We just traded for him. He will re-sign. Sorry, Saints fans, we're not going to be able to keep Cam Jordan around forever. He is already 34. We're going to give him a 1-year deal. If he signs, he signs. If he doesn't, I don't know if I'm going to be able to bring him back. He does sign. We do have Brian Edwards and Cesar Ruiz to still negotiate with, but Cesar Ruiz, we're going to give a 7-year, $76.7 million deal over that time. He's still developing. He's very young. He came out of college very early, and he does re-sign with us. Brian Edwards, we're going to giving a 7-year, $52.2 million deal to. He's also 24, came out of college very early, and will continue to progress over the next couple seasons. Adam Trotman, one of the last guys we're going to bring back. 4 years, $24.6 million. We're going to give it to him. He does re-sign. Last but not least, we are trying to re-sign Matthias McCray, tackle out of Miami, rookie, 21 years old, Dev trait. We signed him out of free agency. If he signs, I think we will move on from Leatherwood after this season. It's just a better financial situation, and he does stay. At the playoffs, we ended up going 10-7, re-signing everybody who we wanted, and Alex Leatherwood, this will be the last time he will be putting on a Saints uniform during this run. If we win, I'll see you guys in the next week. If not, I will show you guys the score, and we will go into stats. We ended up blowing out the LA Rams 28-7. We are now taking on the Arizona Cardinals at 9-8. We're 10-7. If we make it to the NFC Championship, we'll be there. If not, we'll be in the offseason, and we'll take a look at stats and other things around the team. Okay, so we ended up losing to the Cardinals 28-21, so I guess Tom Brady was just not the answer. After not as great of a year, Tom Brady finished the year with 4,400 yards, 36 touchdowns, 11 picks. So good, not great, nothing too special here from quarterbacks. Alvin Kamara, over 1,400 yards, 16 touchdowns. Jamal Williams backing him up, 200 yards, 8 touchdowns. Pretty good season from our running backs. Bryan Edwards had over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Michael Thomas, 900 yards, 5. Marcus Sullivan, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. Trotman, 791 yards, 10 touchdowns. And Kamara with well over 500 yards and 4 touchdowns as well. Blocking doesn't matter. It's broken in this game. I'm not going to worry about it. Jordan Brooks and Pete Werner had 2 amazing years, both over 115 tackles. Johnson also with over 100 tackles. Keenan Williams with 18 tackles for loss. Vick and Davenport with 12 apiece. Cam Jordan with 11. Werner, Brooks, and Johnson combined for a couple as well as some other guys getting in there as well. Sacks 12 for Quinnen Williams, 12 for Cam Jordan, 6.5 for Marcus Davenport, 5.5 for Vick. Not a bad year from our defensive line. Nothing too spectacular, though. Nothing jumping off the page. Marshawn Lattimore with 4 picks, 2 for Pete Werner, 2 for CGJ, 2 for Amos, 1 for Brooks, Davis Adebayo, and Miles Bryant. Kicking, McPherson, good year. Punting, fine year. And no return touchdowns. So many players around the league retire. Melvin Ingram, J.J. Watt, Justin Pugh, Dante Hightower, Kyle Long, Matt Paradis, Rodney Hudson, Trent Williams, Cameron Hayward, Matt Cook, Tim Tebow. With not a whole ton of money to go around, we do have to try to fill some needs. Tyler Higbee, I think, would be a perfect addition. We could trade off Trotman, keep Tyler Higbee around for a couple of years. Tom Brady, if he wants to come back, he can come back. I did end up releasing him to save us $12 million. Because I was only going to have like $1.5 million going into free agency. So I had to basically release all the practice squad players and anybody that I did not think would be of an extreme use for us. So Tom Brady. Michael Carter, I'm going to send a contract to if he wants to come here. I will probably end up releasing Jamal Williams then. Jalen Samuels, I think I have to trade off Taysom Hill. He's just too bad at the moment. John Ross, another guy. Demario Davis, Reuben Foster, Joshua Palmer, and Marcus Bailey. I need 2 of the middle linebackers to sign, the halfback, the fullback, and possibly the tight end, and that would set us up for a very good year. So we actually ended up getting quite a few players. We ended up getting Tyler Higbee, Sterling Shepard, John Ross, Demario Davis, Andy Yankovic, and Reuben Foster. This does fill quite a few holes. With this first pick, we're taking a linebacker, Eric Thomas, out of Michigan, 6'4", 251, 21 years old. Super good speed, super good acceleration. Not great agility or change of direction, but with 6'4", he doesn't need jumping either. He's going to step in well. He's going to start over Demario Davis, and we're going to get him developing right away. With this trade, we are trading away Leatherwood, Cisco, and a 3rd-round pick for 2 2s from the Panthers, one of this year, one of next year. There's a guy I want to take. I'm going to trade up now and get it. Deshaun Malone out of Stanford, 6'4", 248, 21 years old. He'll move down to edge to back up Cam Jordan. Taking Shane Deeney here out of Ohio State, 93 speed, 95 acceleration. I'm telling you, it's easy to draft wide receivers in Madden now. Going to take Paul Kendricks here. He's the only center I know anything about, so we're going to take him. Hopefully he's decent enough to fill that backup role. Going to take Armand Hunt here out of Ole Miss, 23 years old, 6'3", 222. He was projected in the 1st or 2nd. If he's not good, whatever, but just need an extra quarterback. Well, that's exciting. Quincy Taylor, hidden dev trait. Last pick of our draft, 23 years old, 6'1", 252. That's actually pretty exciting. So if we don't decide to bring back Pete Werner for whatever reason, if he's somewhat decent or can develop fast enough, he could step in. Draft recap after Season 2, Eric Thomas and Malone, both very good picks. I had them basically fully scouted. They were both at like 89%. So trading some guys away that will be coming off contract. Nate Hobbs, Carlos Basham, and Gregory Rousseau are all guys that we just have to get rid of. They're coming off contract. They're going to be too expensive. I won't be able to bring them back. So first and 3 from the Jags. The linebacker we drafted a couple years ago, Mumphrey. We are trading him to the Ravens for a safety that was on the trade block and a backup offensive tackle. Cameron Bynum and 2 7s for a 4th from the Steelers. Like I said, just makes sense to trade him away. After a decent year, nothing too spectacular, we are moving back to Jake Fromm as our starting quarterback. And let's be real, this team, I don't have a whole ton of expectations for. As good as it is, there's definitely some holes. And the major problem with this team going forward is we are losing some key players over the next couple years due to age. Michael Thomas is going to still continue to regress. I would expect Ramczyk to start regressing soon. I think he's in his late 20s. Pete Werner, we're going to have to make the decision on if we can afford him. Adrian Amos is going to start regressing even harder. I did go ahead and sign some guys like Logan Ryan and Julio Jones and a backup tight end to fill out some needs. What's some other stuff? Cam Jordan, I would expect him to retire, if not at minimum regress majorly over the next year. So it's going to be hard. Adebayo, I think, will be coming off contract as well. So it's going to be a tough decision going into next year of how we can control this team and how well we can put together a team. I think the major thing is Bryan Edwards has to step up this year, and he has to get going. I think that's just one of the major things that needs to happen. If Jake Fromm can even have about the same year that he had a year ago, I think we'll be in perfect shape. But with that being said, guys, if you guys enjoy this content or any other content here on my channel, whether it's rebuilds and IRL content, updates, anything like that for 2K, Madden, or even MLB stuff, stick around, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We're getting there, getting close to monetization. But with that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.